What's up, guys? This is Ty Zen, broadcasting from the Buckhead area of Atlanta. And in this video, guys, I want to explain what is a settlement and why I believe this to be the most important use case scenario for Bitcoin. A settlement is when you go out and you buy a stock. For example, if I wanted to buy 100 shares of Apple stock right now, once I put the order in to my broker at TD Ameritrade or at any broker, I do not personally use TD Ameritrade, but I'm just using them as an example here in this video because they're more recognized than the brokers I normally use. So let's say I get 100 shares of Apple stocks from TD Ameritrade. What happens is if I want ownership of that stock certificate and to withdraw the money out of my account, let's say that I buy it and it goes up 10% and I make that money. Just so the math is easy, let's say that I made $100 profit on the increase in price of the stock of Apple stocks. Whenever they get that, I cannot immediately withdraw that profit out of my TD Ameritrade account and send it to my personal bank account. I have to wait what's called a 1 to 3 days for the settlement, for the transaction to clear. Whoever it was that sold me the Apple stocks, I have to wait for TD Ameritrade to clear that transaction and before they can take that money and put it in my pocket. Now, for daily trading purposes, they will show in my account that I have the profit in my account already inside their internal accounting ledger. But in order for me to remove it from the TD Ameritrade brokerage firm, I have to wait until they clear. This clearing period takes about 1 to 3 days, and it's in the world of Wall Street, it's called T1 or T2 or T3. Usually it's T3. That means it's the trade plus 3 days. So whenever I complete the trade or close it out and it shows that I have made the profit or even the loss on it, then it takes another 3 days for it to clear before I'm able to withdraw the money from my account. Now, during this 3 days, I'm just trading a few hundred shares of Apple, so it's not a big deal. But for the big hedge funds, the mutual funds, and the institutions that have a ton of money, they are putting hundreds and millions and sometimes billions of dollars into the market. And every time they buy or sell something and they need to take profits, they have to wait for this 3 day period. And that waiting period ties up the money and the capital that can be used to invest into other stocks or other products, financial products. So this is a huge hurdle or a speed bump along the way to buying and selling stocks or any financial products or any derivative or anything like that. Now, the company that normally clears all these transactions, normally when you buy it through the brokers, they actually do not clear the transactions. They'll send it off, all the transactions off to a place called DTCC in New York City. And this company is the primary company that clears all the most of the products, the financial products in America and the major parts of the world. And they clear about over a $1 quadrillion every year. Now, to give you guys an idea how big a $1 quadrillion is, right? When I read this, I had to go and actually look it up on Wikipedia to see what the hell a quadrillion is. And what it is it's a 1 with 15 zeros behind it. So that's a lot of transactions that they have to process every year that has to wait a day or 2 or 3 days before it clears, before the customers can take the money out and use it. So with Bitcoin, the transactions settle immediately within 10 minutes, at most an hour. I don't think I've ever sent a Bitcoin transaction that took more than an hour, okay, to clear. And most of the transactions that I send usually take anywhere between, it's roughly around 20-30 minutes, and it's been confirmed, and it's good to go, and I can reuse it, okay? So that's where I see the Bitcoin getting the most value and the most that will get the most value and the most use case. I know a lot of people think that it'll be used for remittances and other things, which it can be. But when I learned that the amount of money that they have to clear and settle in the financial markets on Wall Street every day, I believe that is the biggest use case for Bitcoin and the Bitcoin network itself that will give it lots of value. If they can do that, if they can use, if DTCC in New York City can figure out how to use the Bitcoin public network and ledger to clear all their transactions, right? Or not just them, but anybody that comes out with the method to do that, to clear all the stock, futures trading, forex trading, and all that on the Bitcoin blockchain, it will skyrocket the price and the value of Bitcoin more so than anything else, more so than I believe than the Chinese or the Indians trying to replace, protect their money over in China and India with Bitcoin. Okay, now there are right now, according to my research, the company DTCC, the Depository Trust Company or something like that. I forget what it stands for, but I know that it's they have the monopoly on clearing and settling all financial transactions in America. What they're doing is they're partnering up with another company called IBM, and they are creating what's called basically a private blockchain or a network to do this testing, to clear some derivatives and stuff like that. And I believe that I don't believe that that's going to work very well, because as soon as they release the network into the public, as soon as hackers get access to that network, that the private blockchain network that they are creating with IBM, it will get hacked immediately. The reason why I believe that they have to do it on the Bitcoin blockchain network is simply because Bitcoin has been around for several months already. I mean, several years already, and they're resilient. They're getting attacked every day, and it is surviving. So the immune system that Bitcoin has is much more superior than all the other networks combined, in my opinion. So if you were going to clear billions of dollars worth of financial transactions, I believe it to be more secure doing it on the Bitcoin network than any other blockchain network out there. The only thing that I can see that would be a problem trying to clear all these financial transactions in the on the Bitcoin network is that it might be public information that the brokers don't want people to know. So I think that once they are able to, several things that can fix that problem, if they were to figure out a way to encrypt the data so that no one can see it, so that it's private and confidential, or whenever they create the smart contract platform called Rootstock that goes on top of the Bitcoin protocol and the Bitcoin network, then they can code in some smart contracts to create the settlement layer for the financial for the stock market that they need. Okay, so that's my thoughts, guys. I would keep a close eye on this company, DTCC, and what they're doing. And I believe that if they can successfully, right now, I think that they are doing a trial on the private ledgers that they're creating with IBM. I think that if they succeed, even if they succeed on the private ledger, I still believe that gives Bitcoin a lot of value, simply because once they have demonstrated that it can work, then other people will jump on the Bitcoin network and try to compete with them to create that same settlement process so that they can use it in the stock market. Now, DTCC has already had based on my research, they have already had 1 day worth of, they've had a white paper on the blockchain settlement process. They've already done a 1-day symposium or seminar or conference explaining how the Bitcoin can help reduce the cost of clearing and settling stock and derivative transactions. And then now they're partnering up with IBM to build this private blockchain to do this clearing and settling. Okay. for the Wall Street. So that's my thoughts, guys. If you like these types of videos that leonfood.com and I make, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, follow me on at HeyTaiZen, and you can follow Leon Food at leonseafood.com. And if you have any friends, family, or relatives that would like to make some life-changing profits in cryptocurrency investing, make sure you share our channel with them, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. Thank you.